On July 24, 2025, the soulful heartbeat of Louisiana's swamp pop faded as Tommy McLain, a beloved musician whose voice carried the bittersweet essence of the bayou, passed away at 85. The news, shared by his family on social media and reported by outlets like The Advocate and Calb, stirred a wave of grief across X, where fans like it Shauna Wright hailed his 1966 hit Sweet Dreams as a timeless classic, and at John Wartone called him a voice of the South. Born in Jonesville, Louisiana, Tommy's journey from a small-town boy enchanted by music to a national star was a story of passion, perseverance, and faith. His cover of Sweet Dreams climbed to number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100, but his legacy stretched far beyond charts, weaving together R&B, country, and Cajun soul into a sound that defined swamp pop. Tommy entered the world on March 15, 1940, in Jonesville, a quiet town in Catahoula Parish, Louisiana, to Glenn and Nellie McLain, a working-class couple who nurtured a love for music in their home. At 6 months old, the family moved to Pineville in Rapides Parish, where Glenn worked at Camp Beauregard, and Tommy's earliest memories were of soldiers strumming guitars at house parties. The youngest of 5 siblings, brothers Paul and Albert, and sisters Glendola and Odessa, Tommy was the baby of the family. Often standing on a box to sing for guests, his voice already captivating at age 4, his mother's radio, tuned to Grand Ole Opry broadcasts, introduced him to Ernest Tubb, Kitty Wells, and Hank Williams, whose raw emotion inspired a young Tommy to dream big. By 5, he was plucking a bass guitar, and at 12, he taught himself to play a left-handed guitar by reversing the strings, a skill that would later define his multi-instrumental talent. Influenced by Louisiana legends like Little Richard, Fats Domino, and Larry Williams, Tommy's musical soul was steeped in the vibrant sounds of his home state. In his teens, Tommy's passion for music took root in Pineville, where he played in a high school band and soaked up the local scene. By the 1950s, he was performing alongside country singer Clint West, a lifelong friend in bands like the Veltones and later the Boogie Kings, a group that became a cornerstone of swamp pop. Their 1965 duet, Try to Find Another Man, showcased the genre's signature blend of R&B, country, and rock, earning local acclaim. Tommy's big break came in 1966 with his soul-stirring cover of Don Gibson's Sweet Dreams, a song also recorded by Patsy Cline. His version, with its aching tenor and swampy groove, hit number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100, sold over 3 million copies, and reached number 49 in the UK. The success landed him on Dick Clark's Where the Action Is and Caravan of Stars. Touring with acts like the Yardbirds and Paul Revere and the Raiders, fans on X, like @OO for Nino, recalled his ethereal performance, testament to his ability to captivate audiences with raw emotion. Tommy's versatility shone as he played bass, drums, fiddle, bagpipes, and keyboards, and worked as a DJ at KR in Oakdale, spinning records and honing his stage presence. The late 1960s and 1970s were a whirlwind for Tommy as Sweet Dreams opened doors to national fame. He appeared with his Mule Train Band in the 1975 film The Drowning Pool, starring Paul Newman, a moment that blended his music with Hollywood. A prolific songwriter, Tommy penned over 150 songs, including Freddie Fender's hit If You Don't Love Me Alone, Leave Me Alone, showcasing his knack for crafting heartfelt lyrics. His swamp pop style, rooted in Louisiana's Cajun and Creole traditions, resonated with regional legends like Bobby Charles and Warren Storm, but also influenced broader artists. Elvis Costello fan-covered Sweet Dreams for his 1981 album Almost Blue, and Lily Allen praised Tommy's cover of Fats Domino's Before I Grow Too Old on BBC's Desert Island in 2014. Yet fame came with struggles. Tommy battled alcohol and drug addiction in the 1970s, a dark period he later overcame through his Catholic faith, becoming an evangelist and finding solace in spirituality. His resilience was a quiet triumph, as he told Offbeat magazine in 2022. I survived because I found God. Tommy's career ebbed in the 1980s and 1990s, but he never stopped performing, playing local gigs with the Mule Train Band and keeping swamp pop alive in Louisiana's juke joints. In 2007, his contributions were honored with an induction into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame, a moment of pride for his family and fans. He also earned a place in the Swedish Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, reflecting his global reach. In 2011, he collaborated with Larry Long and the Lonely Nights on Wiggle Room, contributing to originals, including Don't Make Me Leave New Orleans, a poignant ballad written after Hurricane Katrina's devastation. His creative spark reignited in 2019 when he and producer CeCe Adcock pitched new songs at South by Southwest, securing a deal with Decca Records. Massive heart attack that summer, kept secret to protect the contract, tested his resolve, but Tommy recovered only to face the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic and hurricanes. Despite setbacks including Decca dropping him in 2021, he released I Ran Down Every Dream in August 2022 under Yep ROC Records, his first album in over 40 years featuring collaborations with Elvis Costello, Nick Lowe, Ivan Neville, and Van Dyke Parks. The album was a critical triumph, with the New York Times calling it a testament to his enduring spark. Tommy's personal life was anchored by family, a constant through his highs and lows. He raised 6 children: Barry, David, Felicia, Chad, Jonathan, and Allison, with his late wife, whose identity he kept private, reflecting his desire to shield his family from fame's glare. The loss of his son, Tommy McLain Jr., and daughter-in-law Brenda was a profound sorrow. But Tommy found joy in his 10 grandchildren, 7 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandchild. His significant other, Carol Skaggs, was a source of comfort in his later years, supporting him through health challenges. Preceded in death by his parents, brothers Paul and Albert, and sisters Glendola and Odessa, Tommy remained close to his extended family, often hosting gatherings in Hesmer, where he lived modestly. His Catholic faith was a cornerstone, guiding him through addiction recovery and shaping his evangelist work, where he shared his testimony at churches across Louisiana. Fans on X, like a Debra Habit, noted his kind heart, recalling stories of him signing autographs for hours after shows. Tommy's lifestyle was a reflection of his roots, humble, grounded, and tied to Louisiana's culture. His estimated net worth of $5 million, per sources like Celebrity Net Worth, came from album sales, touring, songwriting, royalties, and licensing deals. Though he never chased wealth, he lived in a modest home in Hesmer, surrounded by mementos of his career gold records, photos with Dick Clark, and his beloved guitars. Unlike many stars, he owned no lavish cars or properties, preferring to invest in his music and family. He loved cooking Cajun dishes like gumbo and jambalaya, often sharing meals with neighbors, a nod to his upbringing. His iconic stage outfits, like the white cowboy boots and glittery jackets, described by The Current at the 2022 New Orleans Jazz Fest, were a showman's flair ordered online with a chuckle at his own extravagance. Tommy stayed active, performing at festivals like Jazz Fest 2023 and contributing to a 2025 tribute album for Zydeco pioneer Clifton Chinnery, alongside the Rolling Stones and Lucinda Williams. His philanthropy included benefit concerts for hurricane relief, a cause close to his heart after Katrina. Health challenges marked Tommy's later years, including a 2019 heart attack which nearly derailed his life. His recovery from this heart attack was a testament to his determination and resolve. On July 24, 2025, Tommy passed away peacefully at his mother's home, as announced by his sister on Facebook. No specific cause of death was disclosed, but his peaceful passing at 85 suggested natural causes, per The Advocate and The Guardian. His funeral mass, held on July 28, 2025, at St. Mary's Assumption Catholic Church in Cottonport, was a celebration of memories. With burial at St. Mary's Catholic Cemetery No. 2, fans shared clips of his final Jazz Fest performance, where he sang Sweet Dreams with Elvis Costello, a moment KSLA described as lightning striking twice. Tributes poured in, with @TheVocatica calling him one of Louisiana's highest charting legends, and at KLB TV5 urging fans to sing his music in his honor. Tommy McLain's life was a tapestry of melody and resilience.